All right, we're gonna talk about fasting really quick because I am 22 hours into my 24-hour fast. I just do water and salt, maybe a little bit of lemon. That's it, nothing, no supplements. I will do black coffee, so I guess that counts. But fasting is super good for you. I'm gonna explain to you in 2 to 3 minutes, probably what it took me to learn in like 10 or 15 years about it. So here we go. Number one, fasting is the best way to lose weight. Number two, fasting makes you go through a process of burning carbohydrates, and then it burns fat, and then it burns protein, and then it burns DNA. And if your body's burning DNA, you're almost dead. Number three, fasting is the best way to increase your heart health. When you fast and you start burning fat as fuel instead of carbohydrates as fuel, you produce these things called ketones, and ketones actually help revive your heart. They're super heart healthy, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Fasting, also, number four, fasting reduces anxiety and depression because holding on to anxiety and depression, super energy costing, okay? And that's something that you need to get rid of. So if you want to reduce your stress, that is a great way to do it. Fasting also reduces your cortisol and your adrenaline fatigue, which is super awesome to reduce, and you start to sleep a little bit better too. So it makes your skin go super cool, super tight, super taut. And then lastly, number 5 or 6, I forget where we're on because fasting does induce brain fog. But within the first 12 to 16 hours, that's when your body finally switches and uses up all of the storage of your carbohydrates, your glycogen. If you didn't know, your brain runs on sugar and oxygen. That's it. You get sugar from carbohydrates, so your brain is constantly craving carbs, but your body can only hold on to about 200 grams of carbohydrates in any given sitting. Anything after that, your body immediately turns into what? Fat. And you're never gonna use fat as a fuel or a resource until your body runs out of carbohydrates. So that's why they tell you to eat carbohydrates before you're going on a run or do a quick workout, but they never tell you to eat fats before a workout. Why is that? I'm looking at you, food industry. Anyways, besides this wind, hopefully you guys can still hear me. When you break down carbohydrates, the energy yield per gram is like 4.2 for a carbohydrate. The energy yield for a gram of fat is 9.6, and the energy yield for a gram of protein is 4.6 for your body. So when you talk about fuel sources, the most efficient fuel source for your body is actually fats. Things like avocado, things like coconut oil, healthy fats, things that you get from red meat. All of these things are super good for you. And your body goes through a process of autophagy. So when you run out of carbohydrates, your body goes into the state called autophagy. And that is when your body starts looking for old parts of old cells that it can still continue to digest and pull apart and reassemble. Because for 30, 40, 50 years, however old you are, your body has been using its primary system, its primary function has been to eat and process food. And when your body eats and processes food all the time as its number one function, things like inflammation, things like getting rid of old shit, things like fixing stuff, things like regenerating stem cells, all of that takes second, third, fourth, tertiary approach. Add in the fact that you probably maybe do drugs or maybe drink every single week, and you're constantly putting toxins in your body, or overeating sugar and then causing all of your tendons and ligaments to go through a process called glycation, which makes you age super quick. Your body is constantly trying to filter out toxins. And when you stop processing food as your number one thing that your body needs to do on a daily basis, it gives your body time to regenerate and work on these other processes that haven't been a priority for decades, okay? I could go on and on and on about this, but I want to keep this under 5 minutes. So hopefully you learned a thing or two about fasting. I like 24-hour fast or 48-hour fast. You also have a huge increase in HGH, and the fat that you burn the most is typically around the 48 to 72 hour mark. Again, you need a lot of salt when you are fasting, and water, of course. So make sure that you're doubling your regular dose. But fasting will help you lose weight. It will clear your mind. It will increase your HGH and testosterone, and it will heal your gut, because for the first time in your life, your body isn't processing any food. You're still gonna shit because your body's cleaning a bunch of old shit out. And that is super important, okay? If you have questions, please comment below. Send me a message. I love talking to clients about this, and I love fasting. It's super good for you, and it cures cancer, okay? See you guys in the next one. Peace.